More importantly, it's not going to print this, the sheet that lies right underneath the paper.
Okay.
Because if you print this, then it's going to transfer to the back of your paper.
Okay.
So you want to put it in trip when you just want to ink the type, but you don't want to print anything. And then you put it in print when you do want to print something. So we're going to check the bed, make sure there's not anything extraneous that's going to be the wrong height. And now what we want to do is ink it. And see how everything's inking. And see if there's any type that's not quite type high, any stuff we have to kind of deal with. Okay, so we think we kind of set the paper and we'll find out. So you feed it into these grippers by stepping on the foot pedal and feeding it toward the front. And then you feed it against the side guide so you've got a nice kind of pivot point that you've pushed it into. Then you let go of the gripper. And then you're going to hold it. Okay, and step back just a little bit. This is where the two-step part comes in. So you're going to take your hand, and oops, we're not going to take my hand yet. First we're going to ink it, and then we'll come back to actually printing it. So here, let's ink it up. So this part is fun because you kind of get to see what it's going to cover. Okay, that's looking pretty good.
Okay, sweet.
All right. So now that it's inked, we're going to go back to putting in the paper. Put the paper in. Alright. And now we're going to put it into print, because now I do want it to print. If I left it in trip, I can roll the paper down all I want. It's not going to put the ink on it.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's in print. And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to hold my hand as I roll the cylinder along.
Eventually you let it go.
And I have to let it go at a certain point or I'm going to squish my fingers.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to wait all the way to the end. Did you hear that kind of little click at the end? The click tells me that the grippers have released and it's going back onto, there's a track on the back of the press, and it's feeding onto the correct track to come back so that it doesn't ink the template on the return trip.
Okay.
So if you don't wait for the click, then you're going to get inked on the way back.
Okay.
Okay, so now we get to kind of see how we're doing and how your typesetting was. Yay. Hello, babies.
Hey, it looks like I did lowercase i's.